It was a great accomplishment for the team to go down and capture our third in a row and our 23rd. It's been since 2010 where we had a string of 3 in a row, so we're very fortunate for that. This was also a year that a lot of people said we weren't supposed to win. I even told the team at the beginning of the year that I didn't think we were as good in some of the areas as we needed to be, but the team did a very good job of working to overcome those deficiencies, and they went down there and they executed a near flawless routine. I couldn't be more happy. It's just a great feeling. You do a lot of training, months of training for a one-shot, 2.5-minute routine. You got to hope that the kids are feeling well. They're not sick, which about 4 of them had the flu that week. Had to put the whole squad on Tamiflu, including myself. So it's just trying to get that right balance, making sure everybody feels good when we go down there for the competition and do a great job, and they did just that. So I was very fortunate to have that outcome.
Go over questions. If you got a question, please signal for the mic. And also, obviously, our cheerleading team is going to be representing the United States in the Olympics next month in Korea. So obviously, open for questions for that as well.
Jomo, in the semifinals we had a drop, and then how did that make the focus factor and all on everybody coming in for the final?
Actually, I don't mind when something like that happens in semifinals. What I worry about is them going out there and hitting a perfect routine in the semifinals, because then their heads get a little too big, and that kind of humbled us and allowed us to focus in and let them know that no matter the preparation, you always have to be ready. And so that was a message I preached after that. We still were head and shoulders above everybody else score-wise coming out of semifinals. I didn't really let them know that because, again, they don't, I don't want to give them that false sense. But it allowed us to focus in and really just take the routine to the next level, which they were able to execute. One of the things I always talk about is that we're not competing against other teams. We're competing against some of the great cheerleading champions from the University of Kentucky in the past, and one of them was the year before. We got the highest score we ever received, was a 97.8, and our goal this year was to try to get into the 98s. We didn't quite do that. We got a 97.3, but it was good enough to win us a championship, so that's all that really matters.
Questions? Anyone in the back? To you folks, okay, over right here.
When you guys win, like you have so many times, like you won last year, do you go into the next year thinking routines and all, we've got to outdo what we just did? It's got to push the bar a little bit higher?
Yes. Every year our goal is to introduce a new element that they haven't seen in cheerleading. And we did that in our ending pyramid. We kind of did this 360 up helicopter to the top, and that's a move that I hadn't seen before. We did something similar to it, but we only did a half, and that goal to try to, raise the bar every year, it's something that, allows a team to thrive. It's a goal, because I don't want them to focus on other teams. I want us to focus on ourselves and the program. And so when you can go against years that we've competed, like I said, 2017 was a great year, 2014, 2010, and then 1997. Those were some of the top performances that we've done. And always a week before, actually a couple days before we go down to nationals, I have all the kids over at my house and we watch all the routines and just the winning routines, and we talk about the championship performance and what it takes, and that next year we want to be here watching 2018's routine. And so it's all a culmination leading to that process, trying to gear them, get them in the right mindset, and just be able to come through and deliver. One of the things that makes Kentucky cheerleading so great is the athletes that we have. I've got a lot of just very type A driven personality, so I don't really ever have to worry too much about motivation. It's more about managing egos, and and so that's a good problem to have when I'm not worrying about motivation, and they're always motivated, and we treat each year as itself. We don't rely on, oh, we won 2 in a row. We're just as hungry each year for the next championship and try to outdo the last year's Kentucky cheer squad.
Could you just talk about the
experience of getting to go to the Olympics and be a participant there for your squad?
I think the Olympic deal is it's something we're very excited about. We haven't really talked much about, or did we allow them to focus much on it until we took care of nationals. And so now that we're fully into it, the opportunity to go to South Korea is something that we really revel in. And to be chosen as one of the teams, it's a testament to the program, and all the hard work that all these kids have dedicated, this year and all the years before, so we're standing on the shoulders of a lot of cheerleaders that's come before, and it's a great representation to go and represent not UK but the United States as well. And what the deal is with that is that cheerleading has been granted provisional status by the IOC, which means that they're trying to get into the Olympics, and it looks like it may happen in either 2020 or 2024. So we're going to South Korea, and we're going to demonstrate what that format will look like. So we're going to have an international competition with 7 other countries, I believe. I don't see if I can list them all. Norway, Russia, Germany, I think Australia, Canada, Great Britain, and then us. And those are some of the top cheerleading powers from around the world. And cheerleading is exploding everywhere. I've traveled so many different places for it, so it's great to see it growing at that grassroots level. And then to get this opportunity to kind of showcase that, and for the University of Kentucky to kind of help lead that in there, kind of be spearheading that, I just think it's a great honor. Chosen from so many great college teams here in the United States, and for us to have the UK on the chest and be representing Team USA, I mean, it's just an awesome feeling, you know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to the experience, really looking forward to going to South Korea, and so is the team, and making sure that we represent not just UK, but the United States in a very dignified and professional manner.
Next question. Anyone else?
How many on the squad? Or
So we're taking the team that competed, so that's 9 males, 7 females, plus 1 alternate from each, myself, and then we're taking an athletic trainer, Taylor Evanson, just to kind of help keep the team together and things like that. So.
Any other questions? Anyone else? Not, Coach, thank you very
All right.
much.